Oh, good afternoon. How are you? Welcome to Spring Point Marina Dockhouse. Thanks for being a part of the boat club. This is exactly where you go to check in for your boat club reservation. If you're up at Sebago Lake, go down the dirt path all the way to the Land's End and go to the dockhouse there, and one of the red shirts up at Sebago will help you as well. Here we have a check-in list of all the names for the day. This list is printed out first thing in the morning, so if you arrive at some point during the day for your reservation and the dock staff member says, "Oh, I don't see you on the list," just let them know that you made a recent reservation and we'll go ahead and print out that information. Each boat club reservation has a printed out piece of paper that goes into our binders. When we go down to the boat, we'll have that information there to make sure the right person gets the right boat at the right time. It is imperative that the staff member and the boat club member both confirm that you are going out on the right boat. Once we've confirmed what boat you have, for what period of time, the dock staff member or I will grab the keys in the binder and we'll head on down to the docks and get you out on the water. Now that we are down at the boat you're going to take out for your reservation, it is imperative that both the dock staff member and the customer look at the engine before the boat goes out. We want to know what condition the engine is in prior to you leaving the dock. And that way when you get back, if there are already dings, scratches, damage, we know that it wasn't you. Feel free to take a photo of the different parts of the engine so you have it at the time when you come back, just in case there's any question. We mark it on the binder that we have. We have the deductible for a reason. It's to ensure that you, the boat club member, if damage were to occur, didn't have a significant charge. Now, right now we are at $3,500 for the deductible. Any number of these parts that I'm going to be going over will reach that deductible depending on the level of damage. The first part that usually gets damaged because of low water is what we call the skeg. The skeg is the lower triangular part of the engine down here. Then we have the prop, stainless steel prop right there. If you're running along and get into shallow water with this type of stainless prop and these tines get bent over, then it's most likely going to do damage to the internals of the lower unit here in the gears. When that happens, we have to replace the lower unit, which can range anywhere from $4,000 to $6,500. That's why we have the deductible in place. So it's very important that if you get into shallow water, you go very slowly, have a look out on the bow of the boat, monitoring if there are any obstructions popping up. You may see on your depth finder 6 feet, 8 feet, 10 feet of water, but that depth finder is not accounting for maybe a boulder sticking up. The other part that usually gets damaged is actually the upper part of the engine where I'm standing now. This is called the cowling. This top part is actually about $3,000 now, maybe $4,000, depending on the manufacturer, the year, that sort of thing. We implore you to pay attention to where you're going. We can fix this engine. We don't want you to be nervous about it, but we want you to understand the cost associated with doing damage to these parts. When you get aboard the boat, it is good to be aware of the safety equipment that is Coast Guard regulated to ensure the safety of you and your party out on the water. We have fire extinguisher, flares, first aid kit, throw cushion, and then 8 adult-sized life jackets. All of our boats are equipped with 8 adult life jackets. If you hop on a boat with a capacity of more than 8 people, then feel free to ask any one of the dock staff members to provide more life jackets. Say you're on one of the 26-foot boats, you can have 10, 12, 14 people. Make sure you have enough life jackets for everyone, and that includes children. Any child coming down 13 years old or younger needs to have a life jacket appropriately sized for their body on at all times while on board the boat. That's 13 years or younger. We do provide loaner life jackets for kids at either one of the dock houses, so feel free to ask. If that child's going to be coming aboard these boats, more often than every once in a while, please bring your own life jacket with you. All of the safety gear is generally located in the same areas aboard the boats. Up forward underneath the port and starboard cushions for the life jackets, in the console underneath the steering helm area for, say, the fire extinguishers and the flares and the first aid kits. When you hop aboard these boats, the dock staff members are not going to be going over all of these items every time. If you have a question or wish to locate any of these items prior to taking the boat away from the dock, feel free, ask us. We will go over these items, help you find them, locate them. As far as it goes with the navigation equipment, the VHF, the radio systems, all of that, please feel free to do your homework before coming down. If you have any questions about these items, come down maybe when you don't have a boat reserved, or give you a little extra time before you go out for your reservation. Any one of the experienced dock staff members will be happy to help you in figuring out the GPS or the VHF or the stereo system. Now, we're not experts in all of this, and any of the information we provide you at that time is just for general knowledge, and it's not an assurity that you are not going to get into trouble out there on the water. We do advise that you do homework about where you're going and how these systems operate before getting aboard the boat. There's a lot to know out there on the water. Do your homework before you come down. Come down to the boat, please be aware of the lines and fenders that are attached to the boat before leaving the dock. Each one of these fenders costs about $50 to replace. And it's imperative that we have at least 2 fenders aboard the boats. When you pull up to a dock and you don't have a fender, then you're gonna start to do damage from the dock to the boat. The other thing you wanna do when you're looking at your fender is make sure that it is tied up securely. After you've departed our docks, please flip the fenders into the boat to keep them from splashing around and maybe going missing. The other thing you want to do is check out how many dock lines you have and that they're in pretty good condition. The dock staff and the dock master here at Spring Point and up at Sebago Lake, we're going to be keeping a general eye on this equipment, make sure there's nothing unsafe that's going out with it, and then reviewing how to tie a cleat knot on your own at home, practicing, watching a YouTube video or two, coming down here using any one of our cleats, even if you don't have a boat reserve. Come on down and we can instruct you. Loop, cross, cross, twist, lock. One thing you want to be aware of is any loose line can get wrapped up in your prop and then kind of ruin your day of boating with a line wrapped around the prop. You won't be able to go anywhere and you'll be adrift.